750,000 players. Goodness. Were these bots? Because I never heard about the game. What type of game did he make? Grapples? Very positive. Interesting. Aha, so it's basically grapple your way through victory? To victory? Interesting. Oh wow, and you can shoot too. So it's free, but he must have put some in-app purchases in the game, right? Content, the cosmetics. Ah, there we go. I see. So you can buy a cosmetic packs and hats. Aha, okay, so, okay, cool. Wait, it had 750,000 players? Grapples galore. This will tell us the charts, how many players are playing. Oh wow, 113 right now. And, wait, that's 684. And it had 1,800 Twitch viewers. That's a lot. And then it, I guess it tripled down, right? No one's played anymore, but it's still very interesting. Okay. Maybe he meant unique players, different players. Well, I mean, that could be it. If 750 concurrents, that's like CSGO. Yeah, right. So how much did he earn, guys? How much do you think? Lower than 10K? 2K? I'm going to go for minimum 10K. You know why? Because of whales. Maybe you can only buy certain cosmetic packs and then you're done. But I think it's higher than 10K. You guys are mostly saying below 10K. I think it's higher. Let's see if I'm totally wrong.
I released a game called Grapples Galore around 8 months ago on Steam. It's a free arena shooter focused on active ragdolls and grappling hooks, and it's gotten really popular over the past few months. Right now it's sitting at 750,000 downloads, and over 1.1 million people have added the game to their Steam library. When I launched my game, I had no idea what to expect in terms of downloads and money, so I just wanted to share a little bit about what I've learned.
There's 100 people playing right now
with you guys. To get right into it, my game's gross revenue is $3,000, and its net revenue is $2,600.
Shit.
Steam also takes a 30% cut,
God damn it, so I was wrong.
which leaves me with $1,800. This might sound like a lot, and it is, but considering the 4 years of development that went into the project, it's a little bit of...
4 years of development? Wait a minute. So it must be that, so this is probably, the reason why for this is probably because you can't buy more than these cosmetic packs. That's why. Once you have exhausted this, you're done, okay?
Financial flop. The game's development, though, is just a hobby and something I do on the side, so I'm still very happy with the amount I've made so far. It's been and continues to be super fun working on the project and seeing the warm reception to it.
Cool.
While I would hope to go full-time with indie game development someday, at the moment I'm just having fun with it. The way I chose to monetize my game is through DLC cosmetics.
Yeah.
There are plenty of other ways of monetizing free games on Steam, like through the Steam Marketplace, but I've heard those usually make a little less money than DLC. I think developers only get 10% of Steam Marketplace transactions.
I wonder if he has it in the game, or you have to buy these outside of the game. Because if you have to buy them outside of the game, that's another barrier. Because no one's gonna visit your store page once they bought your game. Or once they downloaded your game.
I also have a few gripes with the way Steam Marketplace works and how it encourages gambling though, so I like how transparent and simple DLC is. When I launched my game, I only had one DLC option, and in hindsight it was overpriced at $8. Around this time I was making $100 to $200 a month off this DLC. After a few months though, I added 2 more cosmetics packs and lowered the price of all of them a little bit, to be a bit more reasonable. Now they're between $3 and $4.
Okay, and how much is that a month?
After these changes, I started to make $300 to $400 a month. It's been really helpful to look at
That's
what
really
some
good.
of the game's price deals.
I mean, if he's making $300 to $400 a month now, that's $4,000 a month. 4,000 in 10 months, man. That's not bad.
So yeah.
Not bad.
My game is still in early access though, and Steam will likely give it a big boost for its full release.
Yeah.
Steam can give games big
early
boosts,
access, we learned that. So for those of you who remember watching the other video, your math is astonishing. Yeah, thank you, thank you. On early access, your game cannot appear in certain sections of Steam, but it will be able to appear in those sections when you release your game. Hello there,
when they launch into early access and for full releases.
And hello push.
If you're developing a game and planning to release it on Steam, I recommend considering an early access release for this reason. You'll get 2 big pushes instead of just 1. The size of this push is also based off
but your game cannot appear in certain sections, yeah.
traffic to your game, its theme page,
In
and
early
wishlist
access.
numbers.
Early access.
If you're in the indie dev sphere, you've definitely heard people talk about wishlists before.
How much do... Okay,
It's
how
what
much
Steam
was...
uses
fuck!
for a game's popularity before it releases and determines how big of a push your game will get on this.
No. No, so what he's saying here is wrong because we watched the Steam video. Basically, if you have a lot of wish lists and you release your game, all of these people that wishlisted your game will get an email, and therefore you will get more traction to your site. But if people don't play or buy your game, all of that traction will not help you get featured on the Steam store, because what they take a look at are the two things: how many people buy your game and how long people play your game. That's the two things they look at. So even if you have 100,000 wish lists and you send out 100,000 emails, if none of these people buy and play your game, you won't get any traction, or you get traction, but you won't get featured on Steam. What he's saying here is still true, because all of those wish lists and emails can potentially convert into a lot of sales and playtime, which will then help you get featured.
Steam algorithm. When I first launched my game, it only had around 800 wishlists. With the game's
I had
current
400.
success, I'm anticipating a much bigger full release, which should lead to a little bit more money too.
Yeah,
I
think
don't know
so
exactly
too.
what stats
If you get a
Steam
lot
takes
of
into
emails
account for
out.
early access games, but my wishlists are much higher now, and the game already has a bunch of players, so its release will hopefully be pretty successful.
It should,
Only
yeah.
time will tell though. Even though my game hasn't made quite as much money as it could have as a paid game, it being free is the reason it's as big as it is. The initial reason my game blew up is because it was featured on a Telegram group for free games. I think my game also has some big TikToks highlighting it because it's free.
Los juegos gratis más divertidos de Steam para jugar con amigos parte 2.
And quite a few big YouTubers have also played it as well, which is always super fun to see.
Oye, no está mal, no está mal.
Latin America has become one of my
True.
biggest audiences lately, so most of this content's in Spanish now. I don't speak Spanish, so I usually have to get my girlfriend to translate for me. The game has roughly 1 to 300 concurrent players throughout the day, and
we saw that.
that's awesome and
That's
super
good.
important for an
That's
online
actually really
multiplayer
good,
game.
yeah.
All of this likely couldn't have happened if I made a paid game. Overall, I'm really happy with my game's success, despite not making a
Likely,
ton of
yeah.
money. I hope you learned a little something, and if you're making a game and have any questions about this stuff, just ask me in the comments. If you haven't
Cool.
played my game before, check it out on Steam as well.
Very nice. Cool, cool. Yeah, so he looks like, oh fuck, I didn't have my camera off. Shit, man. Cool, really cool. So let's see here. Yeah, this is the link. Grapples on Steam, Grapples galore on Steam. We already took a look at that. If you want to test it out, it is free, early access.